me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. Let's go. They call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. Let's go.
Good evening, Podium Chasers. I hope you are all well. Welcome back to the channel. This is, of course, COMMS by COMMS, bringing you some awesome action again this week. We are at the very tricky Brands Hatch, tucked away, pretty much, kind of in a little triangle around the M25, really. But it's a beautiful part of the world, certainly where the track is. And this evening, if you watched last week, you'll know probably what we're in for, and that's going to be a lot of argy-bargy, a lot of very, very high-quality racing from all the chaps within the Red Ken community, basically. So this is the Red Ken Touring Car Championship. 6 rounds in this one. Last week we was at Donington. We had a bit of fun on the Donington National Circuit. And today, things are going to be slightly different. We'll go through all of that, obviously, in the as we run up to the start of the race. I think I should probably just put a shout out there. Anyone who is watching at the moment, let me know about the sound. Do I need to adjust me? Do I need to adjust what's going on in terms of the PC? All those bits. That's always good. Mr. Brizzle is in. Hello, Mr. Brizzle. Kevin's in the chat as well. Secret One. Good evening, all you awesome guys. Great to have you with us. It's going to be a good show. You can see we are trialing this new software this week. So, hopefully it's going to give us more information. It should be a bit more of a typical COOPS stream. But we'll see how it develops. So as you can see there, we're at Brands Hatch. The weather currently, we've got 19 degrees. There's a 49% chance of precipitation. But obviously we know touring cars doesn't have the rain yet, so it's clear. Slight gust of wind, nothing to write home about, and that's basically it. So let's get in there and let's have a little look. Who have we got out on track at the moment? So we are in free practice. Obviously, free practice was a long session. It's an 80-minute session that Jamie sets up in the servers, and that obviously allows all of us busy people that have little humans running around the house, or pets, or work, or food, or whatever it may be, to get those things put to bed and get on with the serious stuff, which is, of course, the racing. So you can see there we are in free practice. I've only got about 7 and a bit minutes left on that one. So let's get on board. Let's have a look at Tom Griggs. If you remember last week, Tom was rapid, absolutely rapid in his Honda. And I'm pretty sure, or Mr. Weeks is on the radio there, he's probably giving him some stick. But I'm pretty sure that the same's going to happen today. I was in a bit of a practice session last night. Sounds good. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, really, really quick last week. And it's just amazing to see how much dedication these guys are putting in. It's not a surprise. It is not a surprise at all. One thing of note, though, all you funny chaps in the Discord that were all moaning about your new liveries and how am I ever going to know what car's what? Well, if you look at your screens, I'm going to show you a little bit of magic, yeah, which will tell us. Oh, look at that. I thought there's this car popped up with his actual livery on. So I think I'm okay with that one, to be honest. I think I'll manage to figure out who is who. You can see there his best laps are 1:32.421, and his last lap, well, he was a few tenths off that, but we'll let him off. Touring cars, notoriously difficult to get the tyres in the operating window, especially the feedback that we've been having from the drivers in their practice sessions this week is it's probably taking 5 odd laps to get them in the window. So we could see some pretty awesome racing going on where, people are, pretty much on ice. Pre-iRacing updates, if you remember, you used to look at the grass and that's it, you're gone. I can imagine there'll be quite a bit of that going on today, to be fair. 5 minutes left of free practice. Let's go through the format whilst we have a look at Tom. So any of you that aren't aware, and I probably think half the drivers didn't watch Jamie's driver briefing either, so we'll do a little recap just so everybody knows what's going to happen. Everyone's going to be using a fixed setup on the vehicles. That's been set. Jamie's put the special Red Ken Racing BOP on there. I don't know how he did that. Loads of testing, I assume. There's going to be one mandatory stop. So there's always 2 races every week. The first is a 30-minute feature race. One mandatory stop in there. Fuel must be taken. Tyres are optional, which is really interesting. I don't think many people will be changing tyres, to be honest with you. But in terms of fuel, you know, are they fueled to the end? Do they need to do a splash and dash? Have they gone light at the beginning? Are they going to compromise? They are going to need to think. They are going to need to think about a little bit of strategy in the first race. And then we'll have a little break, a very small break. And then it will either be a reverse grid, which it was last week. Brilliant entertainment with that, by the way. Or it will move and it will be just a random grid, which I think this evening, that is going to be the case. Let's have a look at Pete Clark, our resident Scotsman. Let's see what Pete can do. Look, there's his beautiful car there. Look at that. In his Audi. And Pete's talking now. He's like, oh, Coops is watching me. Oh, no. He called me a Scot. Well, he is. Secret One says, you've bought me a coffee? Oh, blimey. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Secret One. I appreciate that. Clark was really quick last week. It's almost, I don't have enough time to do a full recap of what happened last week because the first race was immense and the reverse grid race. I mean, everyone reckons that our Ben LeBrocker, Ben Harrison, everyone reckons he's been fixing it. So he's always started on pole in the second race. But we'll see what happens because this evening's second race is actually going to be a random grid. Now, why is that, you may ask, as Pete comes into the pits. So we'll get off Pete and we'll have a look. Who should we have a look at now? Let's have a look at LeBrocker as we're talking about him. There he is in his Honda. So the first part of this is going to be on the GP circuit. I love Brand's been there many, many times. So the first feature race will be at the GP circuit. We'll do a lap guide shortly in qualifying, and then we'll move into this 15-minute sprint race. No pit stops in that one, evidently, so it's just literally elbows out as long as you can survive, and that's actually going to be done at the Indy circuit. So again, I mean, there's hardly any corners, and Ben's chatting away as well there. There's hardly any corners, so I'm really intrigued to see, you know, in terms of lap time, they're all within maybe 2 seconds of each other, certainly on the Indy circuit. That's going to be very good to watch. You may remember last week when we went into qualifying, I basically sat here for 10 minutes just, you know, chatting stuff, because obviously with iRacing, obviously this is the traditional qualifying that iRacing offers, i.e. everyone basically has a track to themselves and they get 2 laps to set a decent lap time. I'm hoping with this software that I will be able to use something quite nifty, and we may only be able to follow one person that is going to qualify, but we should be able to bring up what others are doing around them in terms of sector times. So that is a trial. Again, first week using this software, so don't shoot me. I'm sure it will all work itself out in the end. Now, as you would expect with touring cars, it's going to be a bit argy-bargy. So Jamie thought it's a good idea that everyone's allowed to have 21 incident points, okay? Thereafter, there'll be a nice little drive through the pits, not too fast, you know, just a moderate Sunday drive pace through the pits, you know, as a slap on the wrist. And then every 10x after that, there will be a penalty. Now, for you eagle-eyed people, I was going to put that on the main overlay, but I'm not going to. I've kept it on my timing so I can see who's being naughty on track and who's not, and then I'll use that to try and predict the future. So we'll see how we go. We can run through all the points later on, and all those good bits. That's going to be something that will come in more at the start of the stream, most certainly. Yes, Kevin, it is. SDK Gaming is the program I'm using. It is. I've been very impressed. It's complicated. There's a hell of a lot in there, but I've literally spent the entire week wrapping my head around this and tinkering and playing. So let's hope it pays dividends. Right, let's have a look at Mr. Kennedy. There he is. Oh, Jamie. Jamie's doing a bit of grass cutting, I suppose. I mean, it is that time of year, getting towards spring. You know, everything needs a little bit of a clean. That's fine. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I should be able to. Well, let's hope I can. If I can't, it's obviously a setting, Piston, that I need to change or tweak. As I say, I'm not professing to be an expert on this just yet, but we'll see how we get on. So yeah, that takes us to within 9 seconds of qualifying. That's good timing, wasn't it? So when we get into qualifying, we'll do a little track guide. And one thing I will start reintroducing to our coverage will be an official lap guide where we jump on board with somebody and we'll talk through the lap. Right, let's see what happens. So evidently we're now coming away from that. So let's hide that. Let's go qualifying mode on. Let's see what happens. So Jamie's car is still on screen, as in his picture. That's very nice. So let's take that off. See ya. He was quick there, wasn't he? See that? See how fast he come on, ready? Oh no. Okay, right, gents. It's right. I can hear. Right, so Jamie's coming out. If I move to David Long, oh, beautiful. Okay. Right, fantastic. And my live timing screen is going absolutely bonkers, telling me 1 million people have left the pits. So as we can see, we've got some times popping up. It's probably going to give, I think it's going to give the 4 cars closest to them. So we're currently with Alex. Let's put that back on there. Will that let me put him back on or not? Oh dear. No. Okay, fine. So it's just the qualifying mode. Okay, fine. Okay, good. Right, so Alex is putting in, this is probably his warm-up lap, no doubt. He's just trying to get those tyres in the window. So have just a quick look at the live chat. There's a big message in there. Oh, Kev's pedals are broke. I hate that. G20, are you on a G29, Kev? Because if you are, I hate that. It's the wiring is awful when I used to have a G29, right? Right, so we can see there we've got some sector times coming in. As we know, they've only got 10 minutes to get this done. So Damien, there's Damien. Let's see what he can do in his Hyundai. How fast are you going? Oh, he's doing a bit of a tire warm up there. Although again, whether that actually works in iRacing is probably, well, to be debated. Let's have a little look around there. Down through Dingledale up towards Schwantz. Throw that car in. Take as much curb as you can, and then barrel down in towards Sterling there. Just drop it down a gear. You've got to make sure, again, it won't be on this lap. It'll be the next lap when he starts pushing. Clark curb, that's it. Nice line in there. Get on the power nice and early. One thing I found when I was doing my own practice in the Tory cars, and obviously, believe me, I can't, I'm no professional driver. That's why I sit in this chair. And why my other channel, the Podium Chaser, has like hardly any people because I'm crap. But it does take a long time to get the tyres up to pressure. The car's very, very, very oversteery before they're in that window. Scazzetti's in. Hello, Scazzetti. How are you, my friend? I hope you're well. Aha. Thank you, Piston. Pidsum. Well, I'll get it right anyway. So, oh my word, look at that. We've got some lap times coming in. So, Mr. Weeks is currently quickest with a 34.824. And then Mr. Ray in the Honda is only a 10th behind. Correa is currently in 3rd place. Moss 4th. Harrison is in 5th. But you can see these times are changing all the time. You can see we've got sectors like Tom Griggs has got 2 purple sectors there as well. So it's very, very interesting to see. And Mr. Kent, Nick Kent's gone into second place. Look at that, under 200ths behind Matt Weeks. So that's got to be an interesting battle there between the Audi and the Honda. Matt Weeks was really, really quick last week. Where's Bobby Morris? Right, he's in 5th at the moment. If you remember, Bobby last week ended up on the podium. I think he was in 6th place and was really chasing down some of the guys and ended up just absolutely smashing it. So I'm sure he was happy with his week's work. Oh, you have no game audio at all? Or is it just quiet, guys? Let me know. Whilst we enjoy this lap with Damien. You know what? You are right. I'm looking at the moment, and yes, the audio is not working. Hold on a sec. Well, probably don't want that to happen. Okay, don't want that. No, still not working, is it? Yeah, it is. The sound output is correct. Interesting. Okay, just what we wanted in qualifying. Oh, look, there's been some more times. Let's look at that for a quick second. As we watch him coming down there. So Mickey is currently in P1. Who we've got? Maritz. So Jack's in P1, Maritz P2. Daniel Pye is in P3. Damien finishes his qualifying there. So he's, wow, look at that. 2/10. Wow, there is not a lot in it there, is there, at all? Not a lot. I need to fix that audio. That's going to annoy me, and no doubt it's going to annoy you guys as well, which I apologise for as everyone comes into the pits. Yeah, I bet that car did sound interesting. Now drop the mic. Who said I'm a pro? I'm not a pro streamer, mate. I have no idea what I'm doing. Why is that not working? Maybe if I do this. Oh, hold on. Is it going to let me do that yet? No. All that at the moment. Okay, so anyway, gents, I'll look at that in a second. So Jack's currently on pole position there. Marit's second. Daniel Pye's in third. Damien Cross is fourth. Joe Ray currently in 5th place. Tom is in 6th. Gabriel 7th. Pete Clark 8th. Evan Mackey is 9th. And then we've got David is 10th. David Smith 11th. Matt Weeks 12th. Our Jamie Kennedy is in 13th place. Rich is 14th. Joe Thomas 15th. Fleming Jensen finished 16th. Jim Carpenter ended up in 17th there. Nick Kent, Bruno, Bobby Moss round out your top 20. And then we've got Ben Harrison, Matt Jones, Anton Stalker, Pavel Bogdan in 24th place, Alex 25th. And then we've got John Nellis and Baruch Bergman. So that gives you some information about that. Everybody, just let qualifying go on for a bit longer. I need to fix this sound. Wicked. Jamie's having a little chat there, as you can see. Doesn't help me though, Jamie. Why is that not working? I'm going to change scene and see what that does. No, that's going to give you some music. Okay, don't want that. Let's go back to this one. All right, let's... don't like that. So that's interfering. Nope, that does not like that. Fabulous. Okay. Why is that interfering with that? Yeah, I'm just going to check that now, mate. Let's have a quick look. So, options, before we get on the grid, that's what we want to do, don't we? Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Interesting. Voice chat muted. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. What about if I change it to that? Direct sound. Right, let's see if that does anything. Oh, crikey, boys. Getting on the bloody... Right, let's bring the grid up. Ay. Right, let's get rid of that. Don't you just love it? Anyway, so I'm going to press this button now, guys, and it's going to probably do that same noise again. So hold on a second. Ready? I apologise for your ears. Why does it sound like a squealing pig? So you might just have to listen to me, unfortunately. Seems you're going to have to make the... Yeah. Anyway, that's as good as it goes. I'm going to have to figure that out. Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Default. And go. Nope. So anyway, Jack, Moritz, Daniel, Damien, Joe, Tom, Gabriel, Pete, Evan, David, Davey, and Matt. They are on the first part of the grid. And then let's have a look a bit further down. So then we've got Jamie Kennedy 13th, Rich 14th. Then we've got Joe. Fleming is in 16th place. Jim 17th. Nick 18th. Then we've got Bruno in 19th. Jamie's having a chat. Probably say, well done, boys. Laugh at Coops. Bobby Moss 20th. Then we've got LeBroca 21st. Matt Jones 22nd. Anton 23rd. Pavel Bogdan in 24th position. And then we've got Alex Whitmore, Barack Bergman and John, and I think we're about to go racing, ladies and gents. So, because I can hear the engines, but you can't. Away we go! Brum brum brum. Anyway, down it towards the first corner we go. We're having a quick look at Damien. We don't want to be on Damien, do we? We want to be on Moritz at the moment. Let's get a camera angle. Let's have a look back and see what it looks like. Is he going to get challenged into Graham Hill Bend? We'll soon find out, won't we? As we come down onto Cooper's Straight, best bit of straight in the world. It's not really mine, but if it was, I'd be a rich man. As you can see, a bit of a challenge there. So Jack is just looking to put on a little bit of pressure. Obviously, we've got different manufacturers involved in this, so you know, they're all going to bring with them different nuances, aren't they? Really, I really wish my PC audio was working because that's doing my nutting already. I want you boys to enjoy. I want you boys to enjoy it all. Anyway, so we are well underway. Seems like I'm going to have to make the noises. Ridiculous. You've got 10 of you watching. Apologies, guys. We've been trying to fix this sound issue, but we've got no game audio. Everything is set up the same, but every time we try and allow that to happen, there's a rather strange high-pitched squealing noise. So we decided to leave it be for now. So Maritz is still in the lead. Remember, Maritz had a great week last week. Daniel Pye, look at Daniel there in second place with his Lubrax Honda. Tom Griggs, last week's winner, if you remember, he also came through from the back of the field in race 2 last week from dead last to P3. So I'm sure he's going to be keen to make sure that, well, that he can attack. But it looks like it looks like Jack wants to have a go at him, so we'll get on board again and we'll have a look and see what Jack could do as they get rather close there. Possibly some little love taps going on. Now, in terms of the information you can see on the screen, obviously the gap column there, that is the gap to the leader, and obviously the interval is then the interval between those two cars. But we'll look at lots more of those bits, don't worry, as we get on through the race. So what have we had? Just over 2.5 minutes of this one to start with. In terms of positional changes, Jensen and Kent, they've changed road. Look at that. Ben Harrison, he's up 4 spots at the moment. So he's winning that particular race. Actually, Stalker in 19th. He's managed to move himself up 4 places as well, which is very, very nice to see. Joe Ray, currently running in 5th place at the moment. And he's, well, you know, his Halfords with rather luminous wheels. Sorry, Joe. Strength of field, anyone? Ooh, 1.9k. Seems might be electronic interference. That's what I'm thinking. But that's what it sounds like, doesn't it? It definitely sounds like electronic interference there. And Joe Carpenter, Bobby Moss has also fallen down the grid. There's lots of things we could do in terms of replays and all that type of stuff. But, you know, each week's about an improvement. Okay. So this is about a 2nd place. You can see in the battle box on your bottom right hand corner, we have got the position, we've got the driver's details, if they've made any stops and what their positional gains or losses have been so far, and obviously the all important gap to the cars in front and behind. Very, very important there. So that's really going to tick me off. That is, so Damien in 6th place. Pete Clark there, he's looking pretty close as well. Actually, I wonder if I make a change. Let's do that. Right, so Pete Clark, 7th place. Who's he got behind him? So David Long's just behind him there. Daniel Pye. Aye, aye. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Aye, aye, Daniel Pye. Anyway, right, Daniel's got, well, he's got his rear mirrors full, but also he's really looking to try and put on quite a bit of pressure. Tom's in front of him. Tom looks like he's trying to shape up to make a move on Marritz. You've got to understand when you're driving at this pace on a track which is this tight and twisty, you know, there's a lot of pace being carried through in the second part. And now I've got something else beeping at me. It's all going off today, isn't it? Anyway, into the left-hander they go. Really important to get a good exit there, and it looks like Marritz and Tom have managed to get a decent exit there. So is he coming under pressure? I think he is coming under pressure, isn't he? But it's not just him that's involved, because just behind Jack, we've got Joe as well. So Joe wants a little piece of this, I could tell. Let's have a look from the back of Jack's car. Well, Jack's probably concentrating more in front of him. As they go into Redgate, get the car balanced, squeeze that throttle on. We've got to push. We've got to take as much of that as you can. He might have a runner here, might look for a late braking move. No, he doesn't. But what's going on behind him is Ray looking for one. Wow, he's really close, isn't he? Damien's just behind there as well. One guy I haven't seen yet is Fleming. Where is Fleming? I mean, his rather inconspicuous car from last week. Move. Is that move going to happen? Give me that camera change faster. No, it didn't do it for me. Well, I think we could safely say that Joe Ray probably made a move on Jack then, because Jack was actually inside his car. Now, I didn't realise I could bring us a virtual reality commentary, but it looks like we're going for that as well. So some really good racing going on between these chaps at the moment. They're not going to let up. So Damien is in 6th place currently. Let's have a look at the off tracks. That'll be interesting to see. Off track. So currently Damien is on 4. Watch out, Damien. But who else have we got down here? We've got Joe Thomas is on 5. And Barack Bergman is also on 5. So they've got to be careful. Remember, you're allowed 21 instant points before you get a drive-through penalty. And actually, I don't want that. I want that. That's better. We want to get a little bit more personal with the guys, not just their surname. So Marritt's still leading from Tom. Daniel 3rd. Joe's in 4th. Jackie's still in 5th. Damien is pushing up the order there. He's in 6th place. Pete Clark... again, everyone spent most this week changing their liveries and you know, basically having a bit of a giggle how it's going to totally ruin the commentary. But if we go to the blimp, come on, blimp, show me. We want to see his Scottish cross. No, that doesn't want to work now either. So I think my stream deck's also dying on me. Well, we'll find out in a minute. Right, lap times. Let's have a little look at that. So we can have a look now between Pete Clark and the chap behind him, Evan Mackey. We can see what's been going on over the last few laps. And you can see there that Mr. Clark is indeed quicker. Quite a bit quicker in the first lap on there. The last couple was just over a tenth. So again, they're moving at pace. Pete is holding the fastest lap of the race as well, a 1:43.489. Now, do remember, there is a bonus point for fastest lap of the race, and there is also a bonus point for pole position. That will run across both of the races as well. Sector times, let's have a look at those, and then we can get rid of that. Very good. Let's move down the grid a little bit. So Jamie, right, where did we get to? So we're looking at Evan at the moment. There's just so much going on, as you would expect. Matt Weeks there in 9th position, so he's ahead of the next little train. They're going to be looking to try and catch on to the back of Pete, Jack and Evan. Hopefully they're going to be doing some scrapping, and that will allow him to get onto the back of them. We shall see. Just behind Matt, we've got David Long. Oh, there's a move going on there. Was that Matt on Evan? He was certainly having a go, wasn't he? Let's get on the nose. I thought he was going to make that move stick then. So Matt in 9th place. Watch out. Nothing but booze, according to Evan. Well, I mean, I'm not strictly sure it applies to motorsport. I mean, certainly not sim racing per se, but I think drink driving is probably acceptable in our field. But yeah, that's an interesting livery. As you can see, everyone is concertinaing up and trying to move away at pace. Let's try a different one. Let's have a look at it from that point of view. As you can see them all coming down. Dingle down, Schwantz, and really keeping those cars nice and loose. It's all about getting the brake in and getting the car positioned early into the corner. We don't want the cars moving around too much in the corner. That weight transfer is not going to help anybody. Get the brake in, get the gear changes done early so that you can get on the throttle a tiny bit, stabilize the car, and then push the car out of the corner. That is what I have been told is the best way to do that. So hopefully it is. Oh, move. I thought Matt was got. He's trying, isn't he? Matt, he's trying. We've had nearly 10 minutes. Matt does get that move done. So Matt Weeks elevates himself up to 8th place. Now, that means Evan, well, listen, he's not going to be too happy with that, is he? So Evan's going to probably try and have a go back at him at some point. Let's move down the grid. It was all about giving everybody some time, as we know. So David there is in 10th position. In his rather pink Honda. Now, maybe David just wants to stand out from the crowd and took Fleming's. Where is Fleming? Is he even in? Oh, there he is. We'll get to Fleming in a minute. So, David, they're currently running in 10th place at the moment. Let's get rid of... I don't want that. I want that. In fact, let's do something else. Let me do that. So when we pull them up, it will give me their best and their last lap times. That's better for us, isn't it? Yes, it is indeed. Shall I try again with the sound? Just to see. I really apologise, everybody. And cue the noise. Yep, still the same. Still the same. So, sorry about that. Anyway, so Gabriel finds himself in 11th position. There you can see is Gabriel. What's he got on there? What's he got on that livery? He's got something on there, hasn't he? Tom Griggs has just looked. Tom Griggs is now leading the race from Maritz. He's up 5 places, a 1:33 dead on his last lap. But that's just a little bit behind Matt Weeks in 8th, who's a smidge quicker. So Maritz in 2nd, Dan Pye still in 3rd. That's your podium currently. Joe Ray's 4th. Damien's doing a very, very good, consistent race, holding 5th place. Pete Clark in 6th has moved up 2 spots. Jack, unfortunately, obviously qualified on pole, has down 6 spots to 7th place. Matt, we saw just do that move a few moments ago. He's got himself up 4 spots to 8th. Evan is 9th. David is currently in 10th place. We're looking at Gabriel in 11th. He's dropped 4 spots himself, so I'm sure he's going to get himself a little bit of a move on. Who's correcting me? Secret one. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I mean, what happens is Secret One is like, I've only got 2 eyes and I'm looking at about 8 different things. So I thought it'd be good, as it is kind of touring cars, you know, just bring the best bits of all the tracks into it, mate. Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell myself. Anyway, Jamie Kennedy, let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at old Jamie. We're 12.5 minutes into this 30-minute feature race. Jamie's up 1 position at the moment. Best lap of 1:33.928. And last lap was 1:33.976. So most certainly a good consistent pace there in terms of the midfield. So I'm sure he'll be quite happy. Evans gone off track and is back on track. Okay, Jim's passed Bobby Moss for 19th. Oh, and there's a whole other section. Okay, I've got an entire race director section here as well. Blimey. Blimey, oh crikey, is all I'm going to say. Aaron is currently in 30th place. We won't look at Jamie too much. I mean, I know he's been really kind, and he does direct people to have a look, yeah, at this amazing audio, beautiful audio that you have for this particular round. But you're all watching his channel anyway. There's Dan Pies on a little chat there. So Anton is in 14th place. Ben Harrison Labroca is in 15th. So I don't know if he actually bothered qualifying or not, because evidently he has some decent pace there. He's moved himself up 7 spots. And sorry, honourable mention, Anton in front in 13th is actually up 10 places. Well done, Anton. That's pretty amazing in itself. Davey Smith is in 15th place. Let's have a look at Davey. Let's do a slightly different camera angle. See, now, Davey, you know, I know as the commentator I have to be impartial, which I am. But Davey in the Discord, and guys, if you're not involved with Red Cam Racing, that's totally fine. But I do suggest you maybe have a look at Jamie's channel, Red Cam Racing, and have a look at the Discord, because it is a very good group of chaps in there. Been around for a couple of years, and everyone gets stuck in. I mean, look, we've got a touring car grid on iRacing here with, you know, there's 27 in the race, but there's 35 that are in as, Davey decides he's going to come and pit now. So, whilst he's doing that, let's have a little show of that. So we can see we've got ourselves a little graphic along the bottom now, which is going to show us who's coming into the pits. Now remember, everybody has to pit, so it's going to show us David, it's going to show us his pit time as well. Bogdan's coming to the pits, as you can see just behind there as well. So they're getting their stops out of the way. Is that going to pay dividends? That's the question. That really is the question. But as I was saying, Davey's probably the only person who hasn't changed his livery that much, apart from, you know, putting a nice bit of an extra gleam on it. I think he kind of came to my defence, really. So come on, Davey. Although you've lost 8 places so far, but that pit stop's going to win you the race, buddy. Anyway, so 20th position, we've got Pavel is in 20th, and there he is. Pavel's also done a little bit of paintwork on his livery, a little bit of updating, a little bit of polishing this week, which is good to see. What I think is really important is everybody that's involved in this championship, the Discord's been going bonkers. But I think what's really impressive is the fact that everyone's like, the banter's good in there, but everyone's trying to help as well. Tom Griggs, okay, Maritz and Daniel, are they in the pits? They've all just gone red. Joe as well, are they in the pits? Let me have a look. No, I don't know. Let me have a look. What's going on with Joe? No. Okay. They just wanted to go red. Anyway, so Pavel is in 20th position. Bruno, let's have a look at Bruno in 21st in his Honda. So, wow. Bruno's gone for the monster livery there. As his, I was going to say pounding round at the back, but that's just going to get me in all kinds of trouble, isn't it, on YouTube? So I won't say that Bruno's pounding round the back. Alex is in 22nd place. Alex Whitmore there in his Milka liveried vehicle. A best time 1:34.760 His last lap was a tenth, just under a tenth off that. So again, good consistency from him. Barrett Bergman in 23rd place. Let's have a look at him. Up 3 spots. That's nice. And we are yellow. Oh yeah, is this hold on, Jeff. Is this the taxi one? Come on. We got taxi. No. Yes. Yes. Bergman, the taxi man. I tell you what, though, I mean, he'd make a few quid if he was a taxi at Brands, wouldn't he? Because, I mean, there isn't much else around there, so happy days for him. In 23rd place at the moment. Bobby Moss in 24th. I was not expecting that, I have to say. And who is in the pits? Pete Clark has come into the pits, as you can see on the bottom of your screen at the moment. So he's come into the pits. We'll see how long he spends in the pits. And while we've also got Mr. Nick Kent's in, Jim Carpenter's in as well. So people are starting to come in and get those pit stops done. We are 19, nearly 18 minutes into this race. So it's about the right time, almost 2/3 in, to get that stop out of the way. We're on board with Bobby. Yeah, disappointing for me. But yeah, I wonder if he actually, when he gets into the car and starts up, I wonder if he kind of sits there and goes, Sega. I don't know. There's obviously got to be some kind of affinity there, don't we? So Matt Jones is in 25th position. Mr. Jones looks like, let me change that. Oh, Michelin man there. So he's down 3 spots. Let's just have a look at the battle box. So this is battle for 25th. Richard Broadwith is indeed right behind him. So I think we might need to keep an eye on that one and see how that develops. Now, if you could hear any sound, you'd hear the exhaust notes and the pops and all the beautiful stuff that comes out the back of these touring cars, but you can't. So, but I can, which is great. Sorry about that. Really need to figure out what that issue is, though. That was a backfire, by the way, if you didn't get it. Yeah, nice little battle between these two. And who's that in front of them? Oh, Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray's having a chat. So Rich, let's get on board with Rich. Or Richard. Sorry, Sir Richard. Jamie Kennedy's having a chat as well. Who else is in the pits? So Gabrielle's on his way out. Jamie's in the pits. Mr. Kennedy. Who else is pitted? Ben Harrison is in the pits as well. Bobby's in the pits. Pavel's in the pits as well. So as you can see, these times are starting to add up at the moment. And it's also going to give me how long they're in the pits. So we can have a guesstimate at A, how much fuel they've put in, and B, whether they had any damage. But considering Rich is not in the pits, how long is he in there for? Pit stop 10 seconds, 8. Okay. So splash and dashes, it would appear, as Damien's also having a chat there. This is a pretty nifty battle, this one. So let's get right on there. Come on, change camera for me as we're looking for a move. And remember, this is for 23rd place on the grid at the moment. We're into the last 10 minutes of this one. Thanks for everybody that is in watching at the moment. I sincerely appreciate that. It's good, actually, that there's no sound, because by the time Jamie kicks everybody over to me at the end of the race, it will just be on the end screen music for talking. Hopefully that will play. Otherwise, that's not particularly great, is it? Right. So, where do we get to? We're on board with Richard, aren't we? Matt Jones. No, but these guys will come out the pits. Right, John, here we go. Come on, John. Student driver. Let's have a look at John. Where are you, John? John? Oh. Well, John doesn't look like he's actually participated. It looked like he came in, but maybe he's had an issue there. But John is our student driver. Obviously, he's not really a student driver, but that's his livery. So, yeah, John was with us last week. Had a pretty decent one, actually. And we are missing Kevin as well this evening, unfortunately. Was toying with the idea. And I do say toying with the idea, because that's what it was. Toying with the idea of maybe using a controller, which I think was absolutely bonkers. Chris is in. Hello, Chris. Chris is here for Clark. Well, if you're here for Mr. Clark, I shall give you Mr. Clark. Let's have a look at Mr. Clark. Are we people? And that's terrible, I know. But as soon as we've got no game audio, I'm generally trying to have to make things up. So, Pete, Chris, just so you know, Pete is working. He's currently working. He's trying to work his way into the top 10. He's in 11th at the moment. He's dropped 3 spots, but you can see Tom, Daniel, Damien, Matt, and Evan are all in the pits, which can mean only one thing. The top boys are all coming to get their stops done, and that's going to allow... Come on, Pete. We'll have a look at the pit lane, because we need to keep an eye on when these boys move. And who's that just coming out now? So Tom is away. Tom's out the pit lane safely. Daniel's on his way out, as you can see. Right, they're all on the way out. Damien next. So you probably have found Matt Weeks is out there as well. You've probably find that I would suggest that Damien there, out of everybody I've just looked at, Damien might have got a jump on a couple of people in the pits. We shall have a look at that in just a moment. Back up top. Let's get back out there, shall we? Moritz is currently leading the race. He's got a 10-second gap, which is quite handy. Has he pitted, though? That's the question. The answer is no. So remember, Jack is currently in second place, 10 seconds down the road. Jack qualified on pole, and Maritz was second. Those two have not pitted yet, so we'll see what happens. Joe Thomas, back in 20th position. Well, he better be a bit careful. He's on 16 incident points, or off track, so 5 more of those, and Joe's got to be coming in for a nice little penalty. So I'm sure he doesn't want to get a penalty. So just easy does it. Easy does it. Let's go all the way down there. Jamie's left the pits. Good. Okay, that's all fine. And here we go then. So Maritz is in the pits. Now, does that mean that Jack is going to pit? Or, no, it doesn't. So Jack, as I would expect in terms of some pretty decent standard of racing, Jack's obviously thought to himself, well, whatever Maritz does, I'm doing the opposite. So he's going to really try now and use this lap. He's really got to get the hammer down because Maritz is already on his way out. So he was only in the pits for 7.67 seconds. Quickest pit stop we have today is Daniel Pye, 7.02. So well done to his engineers, as Mr. Broadwith is having a little chat on the radio there. So how's this going to shake out? So Jack has got himself 9.5 seconds, but he's obviously, well, he's got to come in soon. I mean, we've only got 5 minutes left, so I would suggest he's probably going to be in the pits within this lap, maybe. So let's get on board with him. Let's enjoy the view from the race leader. So Tom's in second, Maritz third, Daniel's in fourth. Then we've got Damien fifth, Joe Ray sixth, Matt Weeks seventh, Evan McKay's currently in eighth place, Pete Clark ninth, and David Long in 10th. Now, Gabriel Sermon's passed. Wow, okay, Gabriel's put himself up there, but then David's taking him straight back again. Excellent stuff. Are we coming in? Are we coming in, Jack? That's the question. We're going to find out very, very shortly. 9.5 seconds is the gap. Let's say he pits for 7 seconds. It's not going to bring him out. Is he coming in? He is coming in. He's coming in. Leaders in, guys. Get hard on those brakes and get that pit limiter on. You definitely don't want any form of penalty in terms of speeding in the pit lane. Right, so he's coming in to do his stop. Where is Tom? As you can see, Tom streams by. So Tom retakes the lead. Maritz also follows through. Then we've got Dan. Dan's coming through as well. Damien's going to get through. Joe's going to get through. Matt Weeks is going to get through. And then Evan's also going to get through. Oh, Jack's out of the pit. So Jack comes back out in 9th. His stop was, wow, I mean, that was a bloody quick stop, wasn't it? 5.42 seconds. I mean, so I mean, if there was an extra point for fastest pit stop of the day, I think without a doubt that would go to Jack. But as it stands, he's still only in 9th position. So no real change at the top. Tom, Maritz, and Daniel, they make up your podium. What's the gaps between these guys? So Tom's got 2.7. He's pulling away all the time, isn't he? Maritz has got a decent gap that you can see just behind coming through over Daniel Pye as well. And then there's also 7.5 seconds back to Damien. And again, well gapped to Joe. So I'm going to change what we are looking at. Oh, 1 second, ladies and gents. Let's do that, shall we? Come on, audio. No. Audio doesn't want to work. That's fair enough. So we've got in the midfield. So we're currently looking at Anton. So Anton, Gabriel, Jamie. There's our man Fleming. You know, tiny little Fleming. You're never going to see him, are you? But look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this train. That's exactly what we want to see. Exactly what we want to see. As we go over the start-finish line. Into Redgate. No, just checking that. Just checking that Andre's still watching. Yep, through cops. Down through the crane. No, sorry, wrong one. Sorry. Right. Good battle, this one. Very good battle. Joe. Has Joe just made a move there? So Joe's passed Damien for 4th, and then Damien's gone straight past Joe again. Matt Weeks is then past Joe, so those three seem to be actually having a pretty good battle, don't they, at the moment? Indeed they do. So Anton trying to apply the pressure. Remember, he's up 11 spots so far, so he's having a very, very good race. We've got just under 2 minutes left of this one. How is it going to finish? I do think the top three are pretty set. They're pretty well gapped, aren't they? It's about 3 seconds between them. 2.5 back to Damien there. And then we've got Matt Weeks. So Matt and Joe are having a good scrap, aren't they, again? Let's get on board with Joe Ray. So there we can see Joe in his Halfords. You can see just in front of him, we've got Matt Weeks and we've got Damien Cross. This is just exactly like what happened last week, isn't it, really? What we got? White. Is that a white flag he's waving? I believe it may be a white flag. So this battle's going to rage right until the very end, I do believe. And Tom Griggs, though, I suppose. Well, I'm going to have to... Well, there's Tom. Tom's winning. Great. Well done, Tom. There's Maritz. Yeah, well done, Maritz. Daniel, yeah, you're great as well. And then, oh, look. Yes, come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. All right, let's do it. Get on the gearbox. So we're on board with Damien at the moment. No doubt this will feature very highly on his YouTube channel. Andre's still here. He is still here. Oh, look at that. A little bit of a flash there from Matt Weeks. He's just trying to put him off. Just trying to see if he can do anything, really. Well, he's gone out of shot, so someone's late on the brakes. He's trying to do a move around the outside. This could all end in tears, but they hold line and will just moved across a little bit. You saw a little bit of an evasive action there from Damien, because he did last week get touched as they were going through the crane of curves. But what was that? Joe Ray? Joe Ray says what? Joe Ray says, I think I'll have a piece of that as well in the Halfords. And then just behind Joe, bloody hell, we've got Evan as well. This is an absolutely brilliant scrap. Literally for the end of the race, isn't it? So the race is almost finished. Oh, Damien, I think Damien's got enough. He certainly has. And Tom Griggs finishes the race. Sorry, Tom. Maritz finishes second and Daniel finishes third. And then across the line, we've got Damien, Matt, Joe, and Evan. Big applause for you guys. That was a brilliant finish. Absolutely brilliant finish. Jack comes across the line in 8th, and then we've got Pete. There's some excellent racing there, guys. David Long in 10th. That was some very, very good racing at the end. So Jamie comes across the line with Fleming. Davey, well, Davey's my man of the match because he kept his livery the same. Wow. I mean, I know a lot of them did, so they'll all start shouting at me now. Mr. Jim Carpenter flashing away. I've heard that about Jim. Especially in long events, apparently. But guys, well done. That was pretty awesome. Now, I wonder if they're going to allow me to actually get the results page up, or if they're all going to leg it straight out of here. So we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do, really. I believe they're probably all just going to leg it, and that won't really help what we're trying to do. There we go. So let's have a look at the results for race 1, ladies and gents. Remember, this is round 2 at Brands. So first place, Tom Griggs. Congrats to you, Tom. Maritz in 2nd. Daniel finishes in 3rd place. That's your podium for race 1. Damien, Matt, Joe, and Evan 4th, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. They had a great scrap till the end. Jack finished in 8th, obviously qualified on pole, so he will get an extra point for that. Pete Clark in 9th, and David Long in 10th place. Then we've got Gabriel in 11th, Anton Stalker in 12th, Fleming Jensen in 13th position there, Jamie Kennedy, Red Ken in 14th, Davey Smith 15th, Ben Harrison, LaBrocca in 16th, Nick Kent 17th, Jim Carpenter finished in 18th. And then if we go further down the grid, we've got Bruno finished 19th, Barack Bergman in 20th, Alex Whitmore 21st, Joe Thomas 22nd, Richard Broadwith in 23rd, then Matt Jones 24th, Pavel finished in 25th place, Bobby Moss, wow, 26th, and John is in there in 27th, but obviously I don't think John actually took part in that one. So, crikey, blimey, that was a bit crazy, wasn't it? Now, if you new guys that have joined so far, probably having a little jump between, I do apologise because this is what we have to listen to. 1 second. Correct. The Matrix is indeed here. So, I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to whack it on that screen for now. Yeah, and then, because I'm sure Jamie said we had to jump out of something. So I'm going to quit that. If this goes wrong, guys, well, it goes wrong. We'll leave the results up on that page for now. Right. Let's see. Let's see what happens with this. Again, this is all just testing, seeing what's going on. Sim running. No, it's not. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. So Jamie now can't watch him because I'm assuming he's now moved between sessions. So if I go there, go there. Okay. Let's see. Right. Brands Hatch. 9:10. Okay, let's see if he's in there yet. Thanks for bearing with me. Not yet. Okay. Well, let's just chat amongst ourselves, shall we? That was quite good racing, I have to say. There were some really, really good wins there. Let's have a look at that. Session opens. Oh, wow, you might as well come in here and buy me a coffee. No? Oh, all right, fair. About one person, that's great. That was some really good racing, guys, I have to say. What I expected. This next one, with it being a random grid, I mean, it's probably going to completely and utterly screw up. Can you guys actually now hear the end music? I bet that's too loud now, isn't it? Right, let me move, because that one's probably going to be too loud. Because the computer hates me today. Oh, and I've dropped my mouse. No, that's not code. I mean, I really did drop my mouse. Okay, let's wait for that to open up. We've got 11 in. So, guys, if you were taking part in that race, how'd you find it? Obviously, at the end, I need to speak with a couple of individuals from that race in terms of interview, but I didn't. So it's Tom Marriott and no, not Davey, no, Daniel. Okay, good. We'll have a chat with them after, because it's too long. It's, you know, we can't do that in between, really. Excuse the vape. Right, so we've got 2 minutes until we move into the new server. Now, anyone that's watching this that isn't involved might be thinking, oh, it's a bit of a fad, but it's not, because obviously we have to set it up because we're doing a different style of the circuit, using a different layout. So it's the indie layout now. So if you guys thought that 30 minutes was full of action, which it was, there's no denying that, the next 15 minutes is going to be ridiculous, because Maritz is very disappointed. Why are you disappointed, Maritz? Because you only came second? Yeah, I'd be disappointed too. Very disappointed. Or is it because you didn't have the fastest pit stop? I have to say, Jack's pit stop was lightning. What was it, 5.42 seconds? That was quick as hell. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. Something I've just noticed. It is the law. There's 12 of you watching. I've got 4 likes. So no one's driving right now. So just do me a favour and just click. Come on. It takes half a second. Just click the button. And then other people might say, hey, could we listen to The Matrix? And I'll say, of course you can. And we'll show them that again shortly. Come on, open it up. We'll get there in a minute. What do you think? Predictions. Who's going to end up on pole? Because it's a random grid, this one, remember? So there's no, there's no reasoning behind it. It's just, it's almost like Coventry City being drawn against Man United, and we know how that's going to go. Obviously, Cov are going to smash them because they'll take it for granted like Wolves did. To be fair, not that I'm a Coventry fan, but Sky Blues for life. See, when I've got nothing to actually talk about properly, my mind starts to wander, and it usually ends up back at the football. And if you're not actually taking part in this and you are watching, I mean, I know Chris is here watching Clarkey, which is good. Pete Clark, Mr. Pete Clark. Just to make sure I've covered all the bases there. Who else is supporting who else? That might be in here at the moment. That would be good. Oh, I know what I haven't opened up. I haven't opened up Discord. I better open that. I'll open that up now. Just for afterwards, when we have our little interviewee thingy type stuff. Jamie's yeah, okay, that's fine. Jamie says in Discord, you sacked Hoops. Oh, cheers, mate. Get out, leave us alone. Well, it's been good. Come on. Come on. Open it up. I mean, I know my sound isn't working, but I wonder if I change it now. Would it make a big difference? Nope, still nothing happening. Okay. Well, I hope nothing is happening. Otherwise, we're missing that one, aren't we? Let's be honest. I'm sure nothing is happening. Server is now live. Okay, Andre. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you very much. Let's try and get in there. Okay. Right, okay. We'll get in there in a moment. So that allows me to... I don't want to spot him. There we go. And watch. I'm coming, guys. Here we go. Right. Jamie, if you're listening, don't start the race yet, okay? I know you won't. He wouldn't be that cruel, I don't think. Let's put that over there for now. Let's join. Okay. Let's go. Racing. Are you enjoying the end screen music, by the way? I forgot that was even on. So at least there's something on there for you guys to listen to. Come on, open up. Oh, by the way, Andre, I've just had that notification. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the coffee there. Every little helps. That's the first £2 I've made from doing this in about 3 years. Actually, if anyone's listening, it was more like £1,000 they did. Evening, Doug. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's more like £1,000, and what he said was everyone's going to equal that. So if you'll just crack on, that would be great. Right, the server is just loading up, so you won't have long to wait, ladies and gents, whilst we're just sitting in the chatty chat area. What did we say last week? Oh no, this is the COMMS cooldown room, isn't it? What do I want to... I can't... Well, it won't let me change the view yet, because look, there's nothing going on. Wrong chat. Cheers, mate. Yeah, change view, COMMS. Change view. Good. I'm glad you're okay, Doug. I'm well, mate. Apart from the fact... Oh, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh. I'll change it in a moment. What we've got a little practice session. Let me change that. And then let me... 1 second, Doug. You can see that. Okay, let's go into the race screen. Okay, so... As you can see now, we're racing. Well, I mean, I don't know what you guys feel about the picture there of the Brands Hatch Indy version of the circuit. I mean, I don't think I can really say too many things about that because, again, I'll probably end up getting banned. But anyway, there's some race info for everybody. Just out of... see, look, you can't... Everyone ready for the Matrix? Ready? And... Yeah. Still the same. Really annoying. Actually, let me just try and mess about with this whilst oh no, is that working? No, that's not working, is it? Anyway, let's get rid of the race info. You guys can see that's the race info, which is a nice little touch. Let's go in there. If we want to see the weather, we can just pop it up on the side there. That's nice, isn't it? Gives us the date, time, gives us all the interesting bits of information that we need. Oh, and someone, Mr. Monster, is gone off there. We'll check that in a moment. Let's have a look. Who are we going to have a look at on this one? Let's have a look at Jim C. Let's give Jim some airtime. There he is. I mean, in terms of liveries, it's a bit bland. Jim, do better with that, buddy. Anyway, Doug, I'll say this up very well, mate. Apart from the fact that the audio is some kind of electronic interference, or it's definitely something going on because, well, it's not working. What about if I go in there? Oh, what's that? Oh. Do we have any now? No, we don't have any now. What about if we do that? Do we have any now? No, my screen's frozen over there on the stream. That's not good. And it started up again. Okay. No. I'm just trying to see if we can sort this sound out. Default. Guys, tell me this sound. Tell me you've now got cars. I'm going to wait because I think I've solved the issue. I think I've solved it. Let's turn it up a bit. I think I've solved it. I think I've solved it. Secret one, where are you? You secret person. Anyway, as Jim I've fixed it. I think I fixed it. I'm gonna listen to my YouTube script. Do we have any now? Nope, my screen's frozen over there. Okay. No, I'm just trying. I think I fixed it. Anyway, no one's telling me, so I don't know, but I think I fixed it. It's telling me that there's sound coming through, so happy days. We'll have sound for the second race. That is pretty awesome. Now the question is, do I need to adjust that, ladies and gents? So please do let me know. Again, this is obviously just a little free practice session. It's not going to be 45 minutes. That would just be a bit silly, wouldn't it, really? Why does that keep freezing? That's what I want to know. Okay, are we now going to have... Okay, so we've got people in the pits, which is fine. That's all good. Let's move that over there. So remember, this second race is only 15 minutes. Okay, so in terms of, well, what's the big deal with that, Coots? Well, quite simply, there's no pit stop. Yeah, so nobody needs to be doing anything apart from just smash it out, just go for the race. Let's just see how well we can do. I'm just fiddling about with the pits whilst you guys, you don't want to be looking at that, do you? And everyone's disappeared, which would suggest we're going... Are we going reverse grid? Here we go then, guys. Reverse grid. Let's see what the gods have decided. So, pole position, Richard Broadwith, 1 point, thank you. Matt Jones is on P2. Alex Whitmore, P3. Gabriel Sahariman is in 4th place. Nick Kent, 5th. Joe Ray is 6th. Daniel Pye, 7th. Ben Harrison in 8th. So, now he's up the grid a bit more. Barack Bergman is in 9th. Bruno, 10th. Jack is in 11th. Davey Smith finds himself starting in 12th place. Then we've got Matt Weeks 13th, Damien Cross 14th, Jamie 15th, Pavel Bogdan in 16th, Bobby Moss starts 17th, Evan Mackey starts in 18th position, Anton Stalker, everyone's flashy, which is nice, Anton in 19th, David Long is 20th, Pete Clark 21st, Joe Thomas 22nd, Jim unfortunately ended up back in 23rd there, Tom starts in 24th, I know he likes a challenge. And then we've got Maritz, who is plumb last. So, ladies and gents, 15 minutes, reverse grid around the Indy circuit, remember? And away we go. Oh my God, it's absolute chaos. Look at it. As they come flying down into T1 for the first time. Oh, we've already got contact. We've already got contact, and there's too much going on with that at the moment. We'll have to look at that later on. Oh, blimey, crikey, that was quite a start. You've got some quick guys in the midfield. Zach Fleming going off the track there. Potentially was that Broad, need to have a double check. So Bruno's gone off the track. Alex is back on. Jamie's back on the track as well. Matt Weeks is having a chat there, and we've got, who's that flying off the circuit? So Gabriel's off. Alex is back off again. So up front, Matt Jones and Nick Kent are dueling this one out at the moment, aren't they? It would appear so. Let's get on board with it. Let's get on board. Let's see what it looks like. Remember, this is only a 15-minute race. We've already had one of those. That only leaves us with 14 left. However, you lovely people, I did ask you if you now had sound. I'm assuming we do. Make sure that is muted so you can see what's going on with that. Is that a move done? It's very, very wide. Very wide. Well, it had to be wide. They don't want to have contact, do they? Yep, car sounds. Bosh, excellent. Tell me if they need turning up or not. Now that there's only 4 of you watching. Obviously now we've got sound. But anyway, down Cooper Straight we go. Tricky one here. Oh God, no it's not, is it? I completely forgot it's the Indies. So there is no back section of the track. So we're just literally straight into the last corner. And back on the start-finish straight. That is it. I wonder how many laps we're going to get there. So we're obviously well under a minute in terms of lap time. Let's check what the lap times are. 1 second. Let's go over there. And then let's go lap times. Okay, we don't need that either. That. We don't need that, definitely. So, Nick, Right, Nick's up 4 places, so he's had a good start there. And there's that back marker in front of him. Let's get these little batting box on so we can see what relative is happening. Come on, Stream Deck, do your job. And Anton's made a move on Barrett. There's moved from 8th up, 9th up to 8th. Tom's up to 7th already. Bloody Lord. Ben's dropping down at the moment. So Ben and Richard and Tom. So it looks like we definitely have some incidents going on. Tom's back on track. So it's obviously, let's see if it will show it. Well, that was Tom. Tom coming back onto the track there. We need to work on that. So anyway, back on board with Nick. We'll get the hang of all these gadgets and jiggly pokers, and now we've got some sound. Can't we just start the whole thing again, please? Right, let's bring that up. These two are still battling, aren't they? So Nick and Matt really battling for first place at the moment. Turn that on, please. There we go. Oh, steady on, boys. Damien's been off track again. Oh wow, is that a move done? Wow, Nick's dropped all the way back now to 6th position there. Jack, wow, remember Jack started 11th, so Jack's got himself up 10 spots into P1. He's going to want that P1. If you remember from the first race, he qualified on pole and then finished, I think, 10th in the first race. So there's this train. I mean, I don't think the train's going to break too heavily, to be honest with you. So Jack's in P1. Then we've got Matt Jones P2. Every time you've seen a little red flicker on your screen there on the dash, that's a little off track. I do believe Daniel Pye is in 30. He likes 3rd place, does Daniel. David Long is in 4th. Anton 5th. Nick Kent are on board now. We've got some action. We've got some action going on there. Can't believe it. It's 5 minutes already. We've only got 10 minutes left of this race. Absolutely bonkers, to be honest with you. So that's your top 6. Let's go back through the order. We're going to miss stuff probably, but everyone needs their airtime. It's only fair. Oh, no, hold on. So let's have a look at David going off track. Come on, load it up. Load it up, please. There we go. So let's see what happened there. So comes a little bit of a love tap. There. But anyway, Robin is racing. This is touring cars after all. Yeah, it's not nursery out there. Certainly not with only 15 minutes to go. Ian, hello buddy. How you doing? Hope you're well, mate. Nice to see you dropping in. Keeping an eye on your little iRacing journey. Seems to be going quite well here. New rigs and those good bits. And then we've got off again now. Can we keep on the track? Oh no, it was a replay. I'm looking under a screen. Too busy trying to keep everybody happy. So there we go. Maritz is currently in 8th place. We'll look back from Maritz just so we can see what type of panic he's going to find himself in. I mean, he said in the live chat he's very disappointed with the last race, which I didn't really get why, because I mean, at the end of the day, P2 is still a pretty good result, to be quite honest with you. And remember, this is the Indy circuit, so there's one corner-ish. Who knows? Right, what's this? Who's done what? Okay. Yeah, it's all good. So Maritz in 7th. You can see Ben Harrison, aka LaBrocca, is trying to chase him down in 8th place. David Long is 9th. Jim's in 10th position. Matt Jones 11th. Then we've got Damien and Tom. Now, Damien and Tom, those two, I'm not saying nobody else has pace, because everybody does, but those two should have quite a tasty battle, I think. That's it, Ian and Andre, have a little chat amongst yourselves. That's what I do. Not distracting me too much. Matt Weeks has passed Jamie Kennedy. Shall we watch that? Shall we see if we can let's watch it happen. And there we go. Yeah, up the inside. And he's going to have the inside line. Going into paddock kill bend. Nicely done. Indeed. Anyway, so back to the action. We're still on board with Maritz now. In terms of gap, Now that looks like it's moved itself on a little bit, doesn't it? Let's be honest with you. And those three, there's four in front, that's still pretty close together. So Maritz, Ben, we're looking at David. We said Jim. So look at old Jim. There he is. Mr. Carpenter. Look at that. Under 50 seconds. Not too shabby, mate. And he's only half a second behind your man in front, which is David. So let's have a look. Why the hell not? Indeed. Let's have a look. Maritz is having a chat with somebody. Oh, where's he gone? He's still in 7th, that's fine. Fastest lap of the race goes to Jack so far with a 49.089. That is pretty quick. Now, it's looking a little bit cloudy over there, isn't it? So I'll be interested to see if the weather has changed at all in terms of temperatures, because obviously that is going to have... Wow, what's happened there? That's just gone ginormous all of a sudden. Okay, I'm sure I didn't change that, but thanks very much. 19 on track, 19 air temp. Yeah, it's not too windy, so that's not... I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Matt Weeks currently goes quickest. Remember, fastest lap does get an extra point, as does pole position. Although with a random grid, you know, having pole position, it is literally just, you know, picking a number out of a hat, isn't it, really? But yeah. Let's have a look at this one. This one hasn't wanted to work today. Right. Let's get back on there. Right, okay, so position-wise, what are we... Wow, we're almost 10 minutes into this 15-minute race. Remember, this is round 2 of the Red Kent Touring Car Championship. At Brands, first race was 30-minute feature race, and that was at the GP circuit. This is a 15-minute sprint race, so no pit stops, no strategy, and that's why you're seeing some very, very good, close, hard racing. As we have a quick look at Tom there. Tom's got Damien behind him and Matt Jones. Now, we know that old Matt Jones is also pretty quick, and Rich is just on the back of them as well. So we'll start with Matt in 13th position. So this is the battle for 10th, as you can see. I did just say 13th, but it is the battle for 10th, because there's a lot of people in this battle right now, which is great to see. Yeah, 15 minutes, no pit stops. Just go for it, guys. See how you get on. Bit further down the grid, so 14th is Richard. In 15th place we've got Bruno. Evan is in 16th. Joe Thomas is 17th. So Joe's got up 5 spots, which is pretty good. Davey Smith's in 18th. Oh, Damien, wow. Damien got himself a little bit... That was a bit lucky, that one, wasn't it? That could have been an accident. That really could. Oh, Jamie's been off track. So Damien now finds himself under some serious pressure as they go down the hill. Are we going to get any moves happening there? They must be. I tell you what, they must be so tempted, because obviously, you know, there's not a lot of time. They've got 4 and a bit minutes left. They must be so tempted, literally just to send it anywhere they can. I mean, Matt Jones is down 11 spots though, so he's not going to be too happy. Rich in front, and those two must have had a coming together. We're looking at those two now. One's down 11 spots, one's down 13 spots. So I'm quite sure those two probably at some point had a little coming together, hence where they are where they are. As Mr. Carpenter's having a chat on the radio, I don't broadcast those because obviously there could be the odd expletive in there. And I know we're all having a little bit of fun, but you know, what if the kids are watching? You never know. Never know. Anyway, so Jamie's in 20th. Matt Weeks is 19th. We got to David Smith before, didn't we? Matt Weeks is in 19th position. In fact, let's have a look at that. There he is. 49 flat is his quickest lap. Jamie, let's have a look. We haven't given Jamie a lot of airtime today. And, wow, have I not just absolutely... It's that great timing. Coops is back. Look at that. We've got to have a little look at Jamie as he's flying, absolutely flying through that part of the circuit. He gets a little bit too happy, spins round, and oh dear. Well, you know, if I was a steward, I'd maybe question that as an unsafe rejoin because he did roll in front of him. I'm joking. There wasn't really too much you could do about that. So Jamie, well, that's going to put him in a bit of a bad spot, and he's now in the pits getting a little car wash. Unfortunate there, Jamie. Right, Joe Thomas. Joe's in 17th. Stalker's on the radio. What's Stalker having to say? Anton, oh yeah, well, he's probably asking Jamie, why did you ruin my race? It's only 15 minutes. I don't get to do this very often. Pete Clark, we haven't had a look at Pete yet, so Chris, if you're still watching, here's your man. Pete Clark currently running 22nd. He's dropped one spot as Maritz is also jumping on the radio there. And who's in front of Pete? So Anton. I thought Anton was getting a little bit loose, but he might have got us straight, but he didn't. Let's go. Let's have a look and see what it's like inside a Scottish person's race car. There we go. That's what it's like. Oh, the sound's messing about again. Okay, he's just made a move. Lots of stuff going on there. I don't know if everyone's going red. Wow, look at that. Jack's just banged in a 48.904 lap. I mean, that is a quick lap. Daniel in second is just done a 49.5 and Nick's done a 49.6. So that is a really, really good lap. Well done to him. Seriously well done to him, as we're still on board at the moment with Pete Clark. We're coming probably into the well, I'd say last lap. It's half a lap really, isn't it, compared to the GP layout. I can sense a move. I can sniff a move. Is that David? I can sniff a move. We're going to get something. I'm telling you guys. We're going to get something. Get right up the backside of Michelin. So we are into the last minute. Oh, he gets a little bit out of shape. So Matt Jones is dealt with, and maybe to do with lapped, in terms of being lapped. Yeah, that's what I think it is in terms of the different colours that you're seeing on there at the moment. Let's change that back. No, maybe it was just because it wasn't over. We're on board with Jack. Let's stay on board with Jack, shall we? Jack is absolutely flying. Wow, Jack. That's twice I've done that now. Sorry, Jack. Jack is still absolutely flying. Still got himself a decent lead around this really short version of the track. Checkered flag is out. Well done, Jack. Jack's your winner. Race 2, P1 for Jack. Well done to you, mate. Excellent work. Excellent effort there. Daniel comes home in second place. Another very, very good showing, Daniel. Nick Kent is third. There's your podium. Well done, Nick. Maritz is fourth. I mean, if he was disappointed with second, who knows what he's going to say about fourth. Barrack in fifth. And then we've got Ben Harrison. Let's see, we've got any other major races going on down the back. Let's have a look at this, shall we? So there you go, ladies and gents. That's round 2 complete of the Red Ken Touring Car Championship. And I mean, there's always a few videos that come out in the weeks that follow, well, in the days that follow, I should say. And I don't think this one will be any different. There was a lot of action on there. If you've stumbled across this, I'm thankful and thank you. Don't forget to leave a like, maybe sub, buy me a coffee, tip me. I don't know. Just I'll sing happy birthday, whatever it is. If you're new, if you've just come onto this channel, I would strongly suggest that you check out probably any one of these drivers. Obviously, Jamie's running this, Red Ken. Damien, LeBroca, there's lots of guys that have got channels. Anyway, results are in for the 15-minute sprint race around Brands Hatch Indy. Jack Spickett, P1, well done to you. Daniel Pye in P2. Nick Kent in P3. There's your podium for this race. Maritz is in 4th. Barrack is 5th. Ben comes in 6th place. David 7th. Tom Griggs in 8th. Not a bad effort from in the 20s there. Jim Carpenter in 9th. I know Jim in the top 10. And then we've got Damien, who finishes off the top 10. Richard Broadwith in 11th. Evan Mackey 12th. Bruno in 13th. Davey Smith, our livery... I forgot. I don't know. Davey Smith in 14th, Joe Thomas 15th, Matt Jones in 16th. His other Matt Weeks in 17th. Gabriel is then in 18th position. Oh, hold on. 1 second. That wasn't the right button. There we go. Come on, Jeff. There we go. 18th, Gabriel. Joe in 19th. Pete Clark in 20th position there. 2 laps down. Bobby Moss, 21st. Anton Stalker, 22nd. Jamie Kennedy ended up 23rd. 6 laps down. We did catch that, so watch that on the stream. And then we've got Pavel and Alex, who finished off the race. That, let me go there. That is that, ladies and gents. That was pretty good. What do you reckon? Oh, LeBrock is in. Hello. Oh, no, now you're all coming in here. Okay, fine. I'll carry on talking. I mean, that, as racing goes, chaps, that was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but it was pretty. No, it was epic. It was really, really good. Let me just open up my Discord. But you thought I was going to say that. But when you guys do manage to watch this back, I do apologise. The first half of the race there was no sound for the first race. It was just the Matrix. And then we managed to get it for the second race, so that's good. Right, Dan, Maritz, and Tomo. I'm coming into the interview room. Just stay there for 1 second. Bonjour, chaps. Can you hear me, guys? And now I cut. There's some serious issues going on with my sound today. No, and that's not working now either. Fantastic. No, let's not do that. You see, this is what happens, guys, right? I mean, Tomo, well done. I don't need to talk to you. I'm joking. And Maritz, neither you either, because like I spoke to you both last week, and you're both great. I kind of wanted to really talk to Dan. I'm joking. I wanted to talk to all of you. I need to just figure out why this is now not coming through. Can you guys hear me? Ridiculous to me. No. Oh yeah, and now Discord's telling me there's an update ready. Well, that's nice of Discord. Don't worry, Joe. We've got race 2. I'm just have a look in there. Dan, Maritz, and Tom. Why is that not showing? Let me just check one thing. One thing whilst we're here. Oh, let's go there. Can you hear me, guys? Bosh! And have you been able to hear me every time I've said, can you hear me? Wicked. So you'll all know that obviously, Tomo and Maritz, you're both amazing. I didn't say anything I shouldn't have done there. No, I'm joking. Congrats, chaps. Really, really good. Again. So, I'm going to start with Dan. Well, you certainly make your own look around that track. How was that, Dan? Was that? I mean, it looked pretty hectic. It looked a bit stressy at times, if I'm honest. Both. Yeah. Yeah, well, do you know what? this evening, there's now 24 people watching, yeah, and I'm just asking now because what's happened tonight is we're using a new software, right? And so that's gone okay, right? We've had some teething problems with the sound on race 1, so it's just me, no cars. And Andre wanted me to do the car noises myself, which obviously I didn't do. Well, yeah, it was interesting. But for some reason, now we're in here, we can hear me, but not you guys. And I just don't know what's going on with this thing today. It is not playing. And this happened last week as well. Yeah, well, I'm just playing. The settings are all as they should be, so... Okay, right. I think what I'm going to do... I'm just going to give it another minute, because I want to try and fix it, guys, because you lot have put in a lot of hard work, and I'm sure the audience want to hear from you. Heard someone laugh. Well, I don't know, Kevin. That might have been someone, I don't know, in the background somewhere. I don't know. No. Track cams. Now people are asking me to do other things as well. Well, yeah. If I turn that off. Okay. Ooh, hold on a minute. Hold your horses, ladies and gents. Let me try this. Hold on. Let me try this. Right. Have a little chat now, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, they'll hear you now. They'll hear you now.
Testing.
They'll hear you now. It's another calamitous moment by who should we blame this on? Stream Elements and Jamie. No, stay, guys, stay. No, they're all leaving. No, we can hear them now. Yeah, so basically what's happened is, in the actual scene on OBS, one's picked up the sound and one hasn't, and I've just twigged, so I've gone to a different one. So, for everybody that's watching, okay, let's start again. Evening, gents.
Evening. Good evening.
Thanks for taking a leisurely walk up to Coop's cool down room. We'll start with Dan. Congrats on all 3 for the podium. Dan, can you tell them what you told us a minute ago?
Yeah, I'll try to remember, but yeah, it's well, race 1, I qualified well. I felt I was slightly out of position amongst the really fast guys, but I kind of had a good start, and I got it up to second. I think Maritz was behind, and he came past. Is that correct?
No, I started. I started second, but I was leading into turn 1.
Okay. So yeah, whoever came past, and then you two were fighting, and then you got pushed wide. I think lap 4 or 5, something like that. T4, and I saw my chance, and I tried to get up the inside of him before the next turn, but he was coming across to defend. So luckily, I just dabbed the brake just to pull out of it, just so it didn't cause an accident. Then you guys, you were eking it out a few tenths a lap, and I just thought I'm just gonna take it easy, make sure I nail everything like the pit stop, which I did, and just not make any mistakes, not too many mistakes anyway. So I was able to hold on to P3. So that was race 1. Then race 2 was just like pinball at the start. I think I got squeezed up against the barrier on the inside, and I know there was a lot of carnage behind, so apologies if that was me. I have no idea.
Blame Jamie.
Jamie's fault. And yeah, I had a decent battle with Ben the Brocker. I think he took a bit of a dive into the hairpin, but I think he let me back past. But yeah, there was a lot of bumper and door banging going on, so luckily I managed to survive that with a few people spinning out in front, and then somehow luckily ended up P2. I think with Marit and Tomo's, you started at the back of the grid, I believe, so
Yeah.
I think I lucked out and you guys certainly didn't.
Literally the back row.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. When I was reading it, when I looked at the random grid when it came up, I mean, I try not to swear, but I might have let out a little "oh shit," well, I didn't. But because I was looking at it thinking, "Wow, this is," because it kind of grouped people where you would expect them, but kind of with their rivals. Yeah, I'll use that term loosely. you know, like you had Damien was up with who was Damien and well, yeah, him, Ross and whatever, Jeff. No, who was it? Bobby Moss, yeah, and then you had Rich was in there as well with Evan, and I'm looking at it thinking this has got a lot of potential within 15 minutes to be basically like 10-pin bowling.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint into T1, I have to say.
No.
But I have,
Who
but
caused that? I've
please
no
do
idea.
watch the second race back on my stream, because I'm definitely back. I clicked on Jamie. Yeah, I thought I haven't given Jamie a lot of airtime so far today because obviously, you know, he's a millionaire on another channel, right? And I thought, well, I just clicked on him as he span, and about 4 people went into him, and I was like, oops. I was like, how's your luck? But no, it was really good. It was really good, guys. Merritt, you were saying to me after race 2, like, I'm really disappointed with that. Now,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm thinking yourself and anyone else that generally sits on the podium, you're all after the top spot, evidently. But what was disappointing about race 1?
Yeah, like I had the pace. Like Tom was great. Was really fast, of course. But like I was leading, and I was just making a lot of mistakes. And eventually, Tom got past by a beautiful move around the outside. Like bravo for that. That was a great move. But like I was making so much mistakes, and I was staying with him. But again, making mistakes, and then I put too much fuel in for the pit stop. I miscalculated something, so I ended up with 4 liters too much.
Oh.
And then I made some more mistakes. Like I was so inconsistent. I got the fastest laps, but the pace was definitely there. Like I was just making too many mistakes, and that kind of ruined my chances for a win. And like Brands quite a good track for me. I did the BOP testing, and I tested most of the BOP around Brands Hatch.
Yeah.
So I knew the track very well in the touring cars. But I was just making too many mistakes everywhere, to be honest. Like I didn't deserve to win. But like it's frustrating because at the pace I was leading for the start.
Don't kill yourself,
Yeah.
Moritz. I mean, I you know, fair enough. But no,
It's only
okay.
round 2.
Exactly. It's okay. It's okay.
You're running away with it at the moment.
It's all right. We've all got a plan for the next round anyway. If someone's getting some extra ballast put on his
I'm
car.
upside down or something.
Something like that. Maybe 1 wheel
I'm up
less.
for that.
I've got
Congrats on the win, though. Again, dude. I mean, some stellar laps going in. you
Yeah,
know,
he was great.
Nice pace. I was impressed, to be fair. Again,
It might have looked great from the outside, but sat here, it wasn't. I had cramp in my hamstring on the 3rd lap from the stress.
no way.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Because obviously I bottled qualifying. I blame Mrs. Alien for that. She started calling my phone. I'm like, I can't answer it. Got an off track, and then the second lap, I just went wide at turn 1, and I was like, I'm gonna do well back here. And I think it was like P6, and then off the start, I just balls to the wall basically, trying not to die because I had to, and then had a great battle with Dan.
Yeah.
And then I can't actually remember how I got past Dan. Was it into turn 1?
You have to watch it.
I think no, you cut back. Yeah, you did the switcheroo, I believe.
Oh, on the final corner, yeah.
I had a crap exit, and then I tried to go back down, and you covered nicely, and I think we were side by side down to turn 3 almost.
It was something.
And I was on
just
the
like,
outside. Yeah.
it's like, I'm gonna die here. I was like, we're dead. If I don't back out, you're not backing out. That means no one's backing up.
No, I backed out, I think, in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew you were way faster, so.
So who's gonna blink first?
Well, I did very much.
Yeah. And then caught up to Moritz. Always Jack in the way first. I can't remember.
It was a good.
No,
it was a good scrap at the front.
me.
It was a good battle at the front. There was a really tight pack of 6 of you.
Yeah.
Which, you know, made for some interesting viewing. Up, down, left, right. You know, it was some really good racing, and that's. I popped into the practice server last night, and you know, just have a look at some of the pace. No, don't laugh. Did you watch me drive? No, I'm joking. Well, you probably did. Yeah. It was just to take a thumbnail screenshot. Right, it was nothing special.
Clear pictures.
Yeah, exactly. And I was really impressed with the pace in there last night. And I was thinking, holy, like these boys. You know, I know when me and Jamie spoke about this, and as part of the community, it's just a bit of fun. Guys, it's just a bit of fun. But it's not now. Already, it's week 2, and I know for a fact you're all practicing, and you're all thinking about it all the time. And it's like, but that's exactly what we want. I think it's awesome, and but it wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you lot taking it this seriously with a smile, you know.
I'm definitely enjoying it. Like the race 2 was so much fun. Like
That
it was crazy.
chaos at the
I got in a
start.
great battle with Ben as well. I made a couple of mistakes. At one point, I forgot we were doing the indie layout.
Oh no, that was you, was it? I did it on lap 2.
Yeah, you did. You were on the radio. You did it as well. And like I did it. Like Ben was right behind me, and it closed up like a second. I braked too much.
Yeah.
And I was yeah. Oh, that was scary.
Madness. Right, well, anyway, that's 2 rounds out the way of 6. Next week, everyone that's watching as well, next week you'll all be very, very pleased and happy to know it's not a particularly difficult track next week. It's nice and wide. It's very sort of flat, sweet. You know, it's Alton Park. Yeah, so
That's right.
yeah,
UK.
Nice and easy, that one. And
A barrier's being hit.
I'm
In the
looking
chicane,
forward
the
to that.
barrier's being hit.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You want that coffee mug? Well, Damien, Cross Racing. Well, I don't know if you're going to get the coffee mug, but we do need to have, I forgot about this at the top of the show, our bowling
the
ball
bowling
stats
ball.
will need to be
Yeah.
updated. So next week, I'm going to add that next week. We'll do a little piece on the bowling ball so we can keep...
Davies put them in the RKTCC chat in Discord.
He did.
He's updated them already.
Oh, he's updated them already?
He's done it
Okay.
already.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Oh, he has.
Sorry, guys, you need to just wait a minute then, because obviously this is called breaking news. Right. Come on. Oh, here we go. Right, okay, ladies and gents. If you're not aware, there's a second trophy, if you like, memento, whatever you want to call it, for this championship. So obviously we've got the awesome coffee delivery device by Jamie, but we've also got the bowling ball little trophy, basically for all, not the worst driver, but certainly, well, the untidiest with the most contacts and stuff. So Joe Ray is currently in P1 on 56 points. Pavel is second. Go on, Pavel. Joe Thomas is currently third. So that's 54 and 48 points. Evan, Matt, Damien's on 43. Maybe he's going to get that one. Any of you guys on there?
Yes, I am at
Maritz,
P16.
P16 with 31. Oh, you need to up, you need to up your game, dude.
He's doing a lot of the track. I'll give him that.
Race 1 was just off tracks. I think I had about 11.
Wow.
Yeah, same.
Well, I
same.
was
Like
keeping
the
a
race
count on
one's
that.
so many.
I was keeping an account on that, actually. I was waiting for someone to get a drive through so I could say that this thing worked. But in terms of race 2, the person with the most off tracks in race 2 goes to Joe Thomas with 9. And Daniel Pye got 0.
In race 2.
Mm.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, well done.
Well done on
that is
that.
impressive.
Well, yeah.
But there's only one corner, I suppose, so... Yeah.
Right.
Oh no! He got 4. He got 4.
That's because someone smashed me on my door.
Yeah.
That's not an off track.
Yeah.
No, true. You didn't get it. I also didn't get any off track. So I just had I had a turn 1 and then a turn 2 crash on lap 1.
Nice.
Got unlucky with that.
Awesome. Right, so, chaps, thank you for joining me. Congrats all
Thank
three.
you.
Great racing tonight. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for the commentating.
That's
Brilliant
all
as
right.
always.
You're welcome.
And thanks,
watch your back
Jamie,
as well.
of course, for helping me get P4 in the second race.
What did he do in the final corner? I
It's
need to
teamwork,
watch it.
boys.
He really helped me out. I gained 3 or 4 positions from that. Fuck me.
Madness.
He did it all the brakes, I believe.
Oh dear.
All right. Anyway, I'll let you boys go now. Next week, Alton Park, guys. No doubt I'll see you all in practice at some point. Obviously, get the laps in, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to drop out of here, and then I'm going to go and say goodbye to everybody else, if you don't mind, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank
buddy.
you very much.
No worries.
Take care.
See you
Cheers as always.
Bye bye.
Night night.
Right, there we go. So that was. I love speaking to the guys afterwards. Right? I love understanding what their emotions were during the race, what they think were good points or bad points, and it's always good to get a different point of view. Example: I watched Damien's little kind of race overview last week, and I can't remember if it was either Matt Weeks or it might have been, I'm not sure it was, but it was where the contact was on the way down Craner's Curb, and you know, such a gentleman. Like the whole view was like, I'm not too sure what was going on there, but I know in his head, we all know in Damien's head, he was thinking, mother, but cool as a cucumber. So it's always good to get everyone's different viewpoints. We'll just pop into the live chat for a second. There's still 21 of you in, so I appreciate that, guys. If you haven't hit like, please do. It takes half a second, and obviously it'll make me a millionaire. Ken's right. Let's have a quick look at this. Hold on. So Damien's, yeah, I know you want the coffee mug, mate. Jim C saying good luck to everybody, and Average Joe, yes, you are still top. It is yours for the taking at the moment, dude. The actual championship standards. Okay, I'll do them in a minute. All right, for everyone that's interested. I think we all want the off track one. Yeah, I'll do that in a sec. Average Joe, I wouldn't say it's the entirety of what. Yeah, true. No one cares about those. Davey Smith. Davey must have been listening to me praising him in terms of keeping his bloody livery the same. Thanks, guys. During the live stream. A 5-point penalty for that last incident. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It was good to watch. Had all the off track. Yeah, Damien did pretty well with the off tracks. Rubin's racing. FIA investigation. Right, so they're okay. We'll see. He has given himself a penalty. Why would you do that? Right, let me go into here then and have a look at these standing-y things, which are apparently quite important. Let's get rid of that. Let's go in there. I should change the screen really so you can see the stuff I'm looking for, but I'm not going to right now. Why is that not showing? Yeah. Roster, session, seasons, results. Cool. Okay. Or maybe I have to come out of it first to go back in. Let's have a look. One sec. Anyway, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Definitely progress from last week, 100% with this new SDK gaming. I'm really impressed. I have to say, I'm very impressed with the setup. There's a lot of information there, which as we go over the next couple of weeks, it will get more fluid. Let's put it that way. Jamie says you couldn't give yourself another 10. Jim's trying. If you don't ask, you don't get, Jim, as they say. So there will be some more improvements next week. I think what Jamie meant when he said that the results have been updated was go and have a look. I think that's kind of what he meant. I'll get to that. I'll have to set up another screen for that. So there will be more improvements next week. We may have Coops Cam back next week as well. Too much faffing about today with kids football and stuff. So that may make a return next week. So I know you will want that as well. Thank you very much to Secret One for the little coffee that you sent me. I really appreciate that. Have I seen track cams for... What are you on about? What are you on about, Secret One? Is this something different that I need to do? Is this a different software you want me to have a look at? Quite happy to. Season 2, anyone? I think you'll find, Tomo, that there could be quite a lot of things in the works. You know, I think, you know, we've got a grid of really good, competitive, quick, respectful drivers who are all obviously part of Jamie's community, which is awesome. So you're all sort of in it for the same thing. And I just think it's got a good feeling. That's what I reckon. Thank you, Ben. I know we didn't get a chance to interview you before. I was running ragged doing football training for the kids and getting back and all those bits. So maybe we could get you on next week for a little bit pre-race. That would be pretty cool. I might have to bring out my LeBrocker impression next week as well. But I mean, they might not know which one of us is talking. Right, BB Racing, thank you all. Okay, great. Guys, listen, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I appreciate everyone that's popped over. I hope you all had a great evening of racing. I certainly really, really enjoyed watching that. Again, things will improve. You guys improve your driving. I'll improve this side a little bit. And by the end of the season, we'll be absolutely smashing it out of the park. So, again, if you haven't liked, please do. Before I go, hold on. It's a set of camera views based on real track. Ooh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Right, I'm going to drop you DM on that because that would be very interesting. I'm going to watch this back now. Okay, no worries. Right, guys. See you all later. Okay, have a great one, and we'll see what happens at Oulton Park. Comes by Coops. Out.